Hey traders, welcome back. So today, it's Tuesday, February 4th. I was short EurCad this morning from 1 a.m. I want to break this trade down for you. I actually want to show you the clips of what I was thinking in the live market throughout this trade, from my entry to my exit. But before we get into that, I want to set the stage for you here. If you're new to the channel, my name is Austin Silver. I'm the co-owner and head of trading here at ASFX. I appreciate you being here. Do me a favor, if you're new, hit the thumbs up button because it really does help us reach other traders in the community. And also hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. Now, like I said, I'm going to roll the clips for you here this morning, and I'm going to show you clip by clip how I was reacting to the market. But first, I want to set the stage for this trade. You can see the P&L above my head here. But if I click over to TradingView quickly, I just want to show you yesterday. If you didn't see the live recap of yesterday's trades, you should go watch that. I had 4 trades on EurCad yesterday, and I traded it really bad. Just didn't follow my rules, it screwed up my timing, and it just didn't work for me. But today, it's a new day. You can't go back in time. You can just be a better trader going forward, right? And I can follow my rules better today. And that's all I was focused on, and I did really well. And it paid me really well to do that. Enough out of me, guys. Enjoy the recap, clip by clip, of how I handled this D2 entry on EurCad today. And if you want any information on how to take the D2 trades yourself, just check the description of this video. I put some links down there for you. And if you have any questions, please hit the comment section. I'm more than happy to clarify anything here for you. All right? Enough out of me. Like I said, enjoy the recap. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today is Tuesday, February 4th. I am trading EurCad again today. So if you saw yesterday's trade recap video, you saw I got chopped around trading EurCad in both directions on Monday to start the week. Now, today I'm up early, catching some of this London Open. It's about 2:15 in the morning, and I'm up 9 pips and 5 pips on 2 separate positions on EurCad short. So let me show you here, now that you can see the P&L above my head, let me flip over to TradingView and show you what I liked about this setup. So you remember yesterday, we were buying it in here, we sold it down here, then we should have been buying it here, but instead I was selling it here, and I just was out of the groove yesterday. So I woke up today just being unbiased. I see divergence on the top here with that RSI hitting overbought and price continuing to rise, showing me resistance now to this top. And then I see, again, that change in bias signal with the break of the 50 EMA. On top of that, on the 1-minute chart, we actually have some divergence here as well. That bearish divergence, again, signaling to us that we have the potential for this to come lower. You can see price rising, RSI falling. Changes the 50, and that changes the bias here on the short term too. So you're seeing multiple confirmations of divergence on top, resistance to this price up here, 147.14, 147.15, and with that, again, break in the 50, now that it was support, 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 broken, I would expect a retest to that 50, to this zone here, before a move down towards the 200 EMA. This is the same kind of idea that we were looking at to start the week yesterday here, where it was divergent on Friday, coming into the start of the week, it broke the 50, and it went to the 200. Today, let's see if it does the same thing. 50 to the 200. If it breaks the 200, which it did not yesterday, it could come down to the 800. So I'm watching this as my first trade of the day. I do like the short idea here. I've got a good amount of size on this thing. Not an A setup to me, but I hit it a little bit heavier than I hit the trades yesterday. I do have a little bit more confidence now in this idea because I like this flag pattern that presented, and I really like the fact that we broke the bottom of it. I'm, like I said, expecting a retest before a move to the downside. So it's 2:17. I wanted to come on, show you the P&L on the trade, show you that I have 2 positions in. I split my entry between 2 prices. I liked how it pulled back, and I got a better price on the second half. And now I'm going to let the trade sit and see what it does. Again, the stop here is only 9 pips away, so it's very low risk with the potential for a lot of reward. If we can even get through the 200 and we can get down to the 800, this would be a huge trade today. Just an unbelievable rip. And it starts with the divergence here on the 15-minute. If you take a look at the hour, I can show you just by moving this. You can see off the 8 EMA, we broke the 8 EMA in that last hour bar. Now we're headed down towards the 21. If you break the 21, you got to think, okay, we might head towards the 50. The 50 EMA here on the 1 hour is the same price basically as the 200 EMA here on the 15-minute. So that's the next area that I'm expecting this to come to. And then on the daily time frame, if you take a look at this, you can see we actually are pinning this off the 200 EMA on the daily time frame. And the 200 EMA on the daily is very significant. As you can see, we haven't been above the 200 in a very, very long time. If I just remove this and this for a second, you can see, look back to here. Broke the 200, came underneath it. Pinned the 200, stayed underneath it. Tried to get above it, couldn't. We're back to it. TDI is still in the sell zone mostly. I'm expecting another push off that 200 on the daily time frame. 4 hour showing me some divergence here. RSI was higher yesterday than price today. So 4 hour divergent, you have 1 hour divergent again here, RSI higher, price is higher, so divergent there, divergent on the 15-minute, and divergent here on the 1 minute right before I took the entry. So the D2 idea is very clearly present on all time frames, and the daily resistance to the 200 EMA is very, very solid. So I'm expecting some type of a bearish push today, and I'm going to take advantage of this move as much as I can. So 218 now. I will come back on as this trade develops and keep you guys posted. I appreciate you being here. If you're new to our channel, just do me a favor, as I always ask, please hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button right below me, because it does help me reach more traders. We have a short week this week. I'm headed out of town to Jamaica on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for an entrepreneurial retreat. Riley and I are going. It's going to be a very, very awesome trip for us. We're going to bring back a lot of business nuggets to apply to the trading business, so I'm excited for that. But that's why I'm up early trying to catch some trades this week before I head out of town. So that's where my focus is. I've got a new computer coming in today, a new iMac 2019. I'm super excited for that. So you guys will probably see some videos on the channel about the iMac coming soon. And yeah, let's give this trade some time, and we will see how it plays out. I appreciate you being here, guys. So I'll come back on in a little bit and let you know what's going on here. All right, guys, so as you can see, it is 3:30 in the morning. I'm up 18.5 pips on the first position, and then I'm up about 14 pips on the second position. I just closed 25% of the trade here in this push down. You see the stop loss is at 9 pips. So since I'm up 2R at 18 pips, you want to make sure you're following the rules. I want to make sure I'm following the rules, and then I take some profit here, because if you remember yesterday, I didn't do that great of a job following my rules on this pair. So today, it's given me a great setup. It's given me a profitable trade. I want to make sure that I am following my rules. As much as I think that this has the potential to come lower to the 200 and maybe down even lower to the 800, as much as that's a possibility, you want to make sure that you're bagging pips, putting profit in the account, and moving on one good trade at a time. So here, I want to make sure that I'm following my rules exactly. And being up 2R, I got to take some off. Now, I'm not moving my stop loss yet into profit. If I do, I'll come on and make another video clip and let you guys know. But for now, stops are still up here at 9 pips. Took a little profit, and we're going to let the thing build. I think we might need to just retest the zone here. Since we broke out, we haven't really retested. So it's only 3:30. We've got plenty of time. And if we look at Forex Factory, you can see there's no high impact euro news for me to really worry about. This PPI news at 5 o'clock might be something, but that's still an hour and a half away. So I'm going to let this thing work its way outside the 8 and the 21. If you remember yesterday, I should have sat in this trade and just given it the exit signal that I tell people to take, the one that I preach in our course that I should have done a better job yesterday at, is the break of the 21. And here, there was no break of the 21 yesterday. So today, I'm not getting out of this thing until it breaks the 21 or until it moves lower. So we're going to give it time. It's 3:34. Again, I appreciate you always being here with me. Sorry if it's a little repetitive, but I want to make sure that you understand exactly what I'm seeing here. So I say it over and over again in a couple of different ways, so hopefully it sticks with you. So drop a comment if you have any questions, drop a comment if you have any concerns. Like I said, 25% of the position closed, stops are still at original positions. I will be back on when I make my next move if I update the trade. All right, guys, it is 3:37. So as you can see, I'm up about 19 pips and 14, 15 pips in the two positions here. So just a few seconds ago, I closed 25% of the position. Since we're up about 2R at 18 pips, that's 2R since my initial stop was only 9 pips. And now, closing 25% of the position, I've moved the stop into profit. As you can see, I have marked here with this purple dotted line. The 1 minute, really, really healthy. Retested the 50 EMA, couldn't break above it, and moved back for another new low. So this looks really good, but more importantly than the 1 minute, because I don't want to get caught up in the short term, the 15 minute looks solid. If you look, we're holding that 8 EMA really well. So yeah, I took 25% off, only because my rules call for that. I didn't want to. I think this has the potential definitely to make it down towards the 200 EMA, but I have to follow my rules. Yesterday, not following the rules burned me. But I'm also looking at yesterday's trade to reference what I should be doing better in this trade. As this holds the 8 EMA, I want to see the idea through to the 200 EMA, just like I should have done yesterday when I was short here off the 8 EMA, and it fell to the 200 EMA, which is about 30 pips or so, 35 pips, I think, from the time I measured it, because it was a little lower down here. But you get the point. I want to follow and look at yesterday's trade to make sure I'm trading better today, following my rules better today, giving the trade the time to breathe better today. So I'm up right now 19.4 and 15.4. I'll pull up the FX trade. So we're going to let the two positions roll. Stops are locked in profit. 25% is closed, and hopefully this thing continues lower all day for me. I'm going to just let it go candle by candle, holding the 15 EMA, and we'll see if we can rock this thing for a big winner here. So up about 2R from the original stop. We've got time to go. 3:39. We don't have any news coming in on the euro until 5 o'clock, so about an hour and 20 minutes. So nothing to scare me right now. As you can see, we're still getting some movement to the downside. Let's go to the 1 minute and just see. It looks like it's holding really well. I love the TDI position here. I love the EMAs, how they're all coming down into this downtrend. Even though we have divergence forming on the bottom, you see price falling and the RSI rising. That's not scaring me out of this trade because the 15 minute is holding the 8 EMA. And if I come back to this at the end of the day and from here it just falls all day and holds the 8, I'm going to be like, wow, why did I not keep a piece of that in and just close as it fell? So I'm going to do better today than I did yesterday for sure. That's my focus. Now, 340. I'll be back in a little bit to let you know where I'm at, but again, stops are locked, 25% closed, and we will let the trade continue. Thanks for being here, everybody. If you have any questions, please let me know. And again, this information is taught in our advanced divergence course, which if you're interested, you can find out information about that in the link below. You get the divergence course when you sign up with the starter pack. I gave you the beginner course, the divergence course, and the VIP chat. So again, link in the description for the starter pack. Here, it is now up 20 pips and 16 pips, so it's looking good. I'll be back on in a little bit to let you guys know how this trade continues to develop. All right, guys, it is 5:37. I figured it's time to give you another update here. So as you can see, still in both positions, up 20, almost 21 pips in the first position, 16, 17 pips in the second position. Both of the stops now are moved to 146.91. You can see I have that marked right here with this purple line on TradingView. So if you take a look at the 1 minute, it has been building this divergence on the bottom. You can see the RSI hit its low at 215, price hit its low at 434, so that is building bullish divergence. But it seems like the 15 minute is the time frame to be focused on. Like I said, that's my biggest thing as far as managing this trade. I want to do better than I did yesterday. And as you can see on the 15 minute, it still has not broken back through the 8 EMA, let alone touch the 21. So I'm still giving this trade time. And like I said, I'm looking for it to come down towards this 200 EMA. Now, the 200 EMA is a little higher than it was when I got in the trade, about 3 pips higher. Either way, I'm going to use that 200 EMA as the next take profit level. But I like what it's doing on all the time frames. It hasn't given me any reasons to think that this divergence is just going to shoot it higher. I did take another 25% off when I made that last clip with you guys, you saw, so I'm locked. I can't lose any money on this trade. It's got plenty of space to pull back if it wants to and, hit this 15-minute 21 EMA and then come lower. I really like the fact that this is our first push off the 21, so I'm looking almost for a pullback to the 21 as almost an area where I would potentially find another entry to tell me that this would be coming lower. So I have a lot of bearish confirmation here on all the time frames. I showed you what I liked on the daily. I showed you what I liked on the 4 hour. So I'm sticking with my bias. I'm not flipping directions, and I'm going to try to work this trade as long as I can today. It's 5:39 now. Just wanted to give you guys another update. So here, one more time, you can see the FX trade up 20 and almost 17 here. So I'll be back on in a little bit. I'll let you know how we adjust. But as you can see, stops are locked, 146.91. And we'll give it some time. Thank you for being here. I know I keep saying thank you, but I appreciate you guys sticking with me through these trades every day, and I hope you're taking some value out of it. So any questions, any comments, any concerns, please drop them in the comments section down below. All right, guys, it is now 7:07. As you can see, I'm up almost 24 pips and 20 pips. There it goes. It's starting to push now. We're starting to get some volume, it looks like, as we head into the New York session. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, like I said, so we're about an hour or so away from the New York Open, and I think that's why we're starting to see a little bit more movement here. So up over 20 pips, almost at 20 pips in the second position. I want to show you what I'm looking at here on the 1 minute. So basically, no divergence on the bottom, just showing me structure. The structure broken, retested, and now we're moving probably for a new low of day in the next 15-minute candle close. So within the next 7 or 8 minutes or so, 6 minutes, excuse me. So with this close for a new low of day, that's going to be a great sign that this is most likely going to head down towards the 200 EMA here, that white line. On top of that, I'm looking at like the other euro pairs, euro GBP breaking for a new low of day, euro NZD showing resistance to the 50, looking like it wants to come down, euro USD breaking for a new low of day. So all these other euro pairs also showing bearish momentum. And on top of that, I really like the TDI positioning here as that liquid 50 is falling, as that RSI is falling. So hopefully we'll push really hard. We'll move through the 200 enough to convince me to hold it and see if we can maybe go back towards yesterday's low or even the 800 EMA, which is way below. And I don't think we're going to make it to the 800 today. I think that's a stretch because that's past ADR, but I'm not going to get out of this thing until it gives me a reason. And I did really well so far today to hold in through this pullback because it looks like we're going to close, like I said, in the next 5 minutes or so for a new low of day. So it's 7:09. I just wanted to come on and show you guys that I'm moving in the right direction here. I did well to hold in. We're up 23 and 19 here between the two positions. Half the trade is closed. Half the trade is still in with its stop in profit, as you can see here, 146.92. So leaving that alone, going to continue to give this time. Again, we'll check Forex Factory. No news coming in here on the euro. Nothing at all to scare me. The only thing that's noteworthy is the 445 NZD high impact news, but I'll be out of this trade before then. I would think so. I'm not looking to hold this overnight just to get it to the 800. I'm looking to make a good trade here, take some profit here at that 200 EMA. If it wants to go through that, I'll rock it, and then I'll be out of this thing by the end of the day. No swing trade here. And then tomorrow, coming in, going to do the same thing, hopefully find another winner. This trade is going to cover the losses yesterday. That choppy day yesterday on EurCad, this winner is going to, if it goes to the 200, I'll be able to close enough to cover that loss and put myself profitable on the week. So it's 7:10. We're about 5 minutes, a little less than 5 minutes from this candle closing on the 15-minute. And like I said, this looks good. It's going to close for a new body low of day. That tells me next stop is the 200. We could hit the 200 in this candle. Who knows? The 1 minute, again, I'll show you the break of the structure here, the retest of the structure, just a basic trend line, like nothing complicated. And now we're seeing the movement to the downside that we've been waiting for. So up 24 and 20 now, almost at 25. It's looking really good. So I'm going to come back on in a couple minutes with you guys as this develops. If I take a little bit of profit or if I move my stops, I'll come back on and update you guys. But I'm hoping we get some strength here in the next 5 minutes. Maybe we'll make it all the way down to the 200 in this candle. So I'll be back. I'll keep you posted. I appreciate you being here as always. All right, guys, it is just 3 minutes after 11 o'clock. As you can see, still in the trade. I actually added a third position here on another entry signal. We had a D1 turn into an A1, more confirmation that this is going to move lower. So I wanted to be involved. It made sense. And because I was able to lock the stop on the other two positions, this third position is smaller, so it's risk-free. Even if I get stopped on that, where the other two trades will get stopped in profit, it would still be a profitable trade overall. So I'm up 45 pips in the original entry, 41 pips in the second entry I took very quickly after that one to make the full size that I needed, and then up 7 pips here in the third entry. So if you take a look here on the 15-minute, you can see we broke the 200, retested the 21, broke the 200 with the body, retested the 50, but it was just a one candle 21 EMA break. It then retraced and broke for a new low a day right away. So if you didn't pull it here, like I didn't, because I didn't pull it here on the break at the 21, so I wasn't going to pull it here, I waited, breaks for a new low of day, and now we're holding the 8 EMA, and it looks beautiful. Look at the 1 minute, just extending here. You can see the bearish divergence that presented starting at 8:06. It kind of developed into 9 o'clock. Once it retested here for that third hit, it then has just been falling ever since. So we have that, and now on the 5 minute, we're breaking through the 800 EMA, which is another great sign for more movement to the downside. So I am looking for this to come down towards yesterday's low, towards the pin here at least. I know I said the 800 EMA before. That was the, that would be ideal. That would be an amazing trade if it was full reset. That's what we call it when it's a D2 off the top down to the 800. But here, just getting this D2 trade so far into profit with only a 9 pip stop on the initial stop, I mean, this is an amazing trade. So it's a really great trade for me to bounce back from after getting chopped up on this thing yesterday. I stayed focused. I stayed following my rules here off the D2 entry, and this trade is paying me well because of it. So one more time here, take a look. It's 11:04, 11:05. I'm up 43 and 40 pips. 40, you see it, right? 5 pips in the new entry. So it looks good. I'm going to take it candle by candle, and I'll keep you posted. This new entry, this smaller position, I might scalp out of that just very quickly just to make it profitable, put that in the bag, and let the rest of the 2 trades run. So if I close that, I might come on. If not, I'll just let you know when I start the next clipped over, okay? Again, thank you for sitting through, guys. I really do appreciate it. I'll be back in a little bit. All right, guys, I'm back with another update. It is 11:42. I'm still home waiting for my iMac to get delivered, and then I'm headed to the gym. These trades are working really, really well. As you can see, I'm up 56 pips, 57 pips from the first position, 53 from the second position, and then almost 20 now from the third position. It looks really healthy. If we look at TradingView, you can see it's holding the 8 EMA, candle by candle, still showing me bearish movement, like this is going to touch the 800 EMA. Now, if you look at Euro AUD, the other pair we were watching today, this is almost at the 800 EMA as well. You know, some of the guys were in the VIP chat, they were short there. That went 70 pips just about. Now, EurCad from my entry, if I pull up the FX Trade app again, you can see up almost 60 pips from the best position I had, 20 from the worst position here on the breakout off the 50 and off the 200 EMA. That's where I got short again. And I like what it's doing here. It's holding the 8 EMA. It's not giving me any exit signals. So it's 11:43. Just a quick update here. I wanted to show you guys where we're at, where we're sitting in profit. Take a look at FX Trade, almost at 60 pips now. So I'm rocking this thing down to 80 or 90. I'm going to see if I can get it. It's going to be a massive trade. Even with the small piece that I still have in, it's going to be a great winner. So I'll come back and let you guys know how this thing wraps up. I really appreciate you sitting through if you're actually watching through the entire way, and I hope it's bringing you value. So let me know if you have any questions, please. I'm here to help you, okay? I'll let you know how this wraps up.